So another issue that MicroEnsure faced when putting your plan into action was scale. I mean, you couldn't reach everyone you wanted to in order to have an impact. So explain how you ultimately found a way to scale things up to the level that you wanted.
Sure. So we realized that we needed to partner with these organizations. And we started off working with a range of microfinance banks. And they were great. They still are great partners. But we realized that there were 4 billion people out there that don't have an insurance product right now. And that the microfinance banks were only reaching about 150 million families. So there was a big gulf between the current partnerships that we had and the way in which most people distribute microinsurance or insurance to the mass market and the actual market itself. So we realized that we wanted to work with the mobile phone companies. These mobile phone companies have quite often the biggest brands and the biggest reach in these markets that we were working in. And actually, if you ask poor and middle income people in Africa and Asia who they trust, the mobile phone company is normally top of the list. And so we knew that we needed them. We needed their brand, we needed their points of sale, and we needed their ability to transact cash. But what wasn't necessarily evident was why they needed us. And so we needed to be very clear about what it was that we could offer. And we came up with well, I think looking back, it was a good idea, but at the time it was a bit of a leap of faith. And our leap of faith was that the mobile phone company should give away free insurance. So they should, these are clients who are all prepaid. So these are people who are paying small amounts of money, typically $3 to $5 a month on airtime to top up their phone to make phone calls. They don't have a contract. They don't have a regular monthly payment that they make to their mobile phone company. And what we said is, look, give them free insurance in return for increased loyalty. So whatever you spend, so if you spend $3 in January, then you'll earn $300 of free insurance. If you spend $4 in January, you'll earn $400 of free insurance in February. So we're encouraging people to spend more of their airtime with a particular mobile phone company. And the reason that this worked is because the reality is no one wakes up wanting to buy insurance. So no one wakes up in the morning and says, wow, I want to buy insurance today. But people do wake up worried about the risks they face. They worry about what happens if my kids get sick or my husband dies or if there's a flood. And so what we were able to do was to use that concern for the future. If we offer them a free insurance product, we discovered that people change their consumer behavior and they will buy more airtime from a mobile phone company that offers them free insurance. So we've partnered up with the mobile phone companies, and we recently launched a product in Pakistan, and we're signing up 100 people a minute. We've reached more than 500,000 people signed up in the first couple of months on a voluntary basis, which is kind of unheard of.
Brilliant. So now the difference that I see with MicroEnsure from other companies that have similar products is that you aren't aiming to maximize profits per se. Rather, you're maximizing the benefit to people. So talk about how this particular way of doing business, people first, has increased your ultimate success.
Sure. I mean, I think this came out of really our desire to do good. I mean, we started off, when we started doing MicroEnsure, it was really a kind of philanthropic thing. We wanted to change the world. We wanted to make people's lives better. And when we first started doing this, we were partnering with a great organization called Opportunity International, which is a microfinance bank. And they provided much of the kind of seed funding for this. But as it grew, we kind of got to the point where we needed significant more capital to be able to increase the size of the operation. And we were fortunate enough to convince the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to provide us with a sizable check to be able to expand the operation. But then we kind of got to a point in 2012 where we realized that actually if we wanted to keep expanding this, we needed to bring in kind of additional sources of capital. And so we went to organizations like Pierre Omidyar Foundation. Mr. Omidyar owns eBay and runs PayPal. And he saw the value in the business that we had and was willing to invest in our business alongside people like Telenor, which is a Norwegian mobile phone company with 150 million subscribers in Asia, and also the World Bank. And so over time, we've gone from kind of a philanthropic model to a model which is fully funded by debt and equity. And the reason we did that is because we needed to access kind of sources of capital that would enable us to grow the business more rapidly as we got into partnerships that could enable us to reach millions and millions of people. But what I would say is that we're a social business. So yes, we're for profit. So we went from being a not-for-profit to being a for-profit. But if we wanted to maximize profit, then we wouldn't be working in Pakistan or Bangladesh or Zambia. We would be working in the UK or the US. And so what we're doing is we're taking kind of first world models of capitalism and we're deploying that in developing countries. And it's having a startling effect, because I think that there's something there around taking a model which really works and creates value, and clients getting a product that works and that they see is beneficial to them in their lives and that they're willing to pay for, and that being good for them in terms of a development goal. And I think when you bring those two things together, you get really startling results.